You walked away from everything.
I simply walked out of home and said I don't want any share in family property nor in business.
21-year-old boy leaving a family legacy business who's not very good in academics with just 15,000 rupees went and started a FMCG brand which last year clocked 1,940 crores.
We had a difference of viewpoint between me and my brothers. I don't want to fight. I don't want to create a problem in the family. The better to move out. Any startup, majority, unlike a mature person start, it is typically like a person-dependent organization. You build like that, you grow like that.
You should know when to pivot to process because or else you can't scale and you will die.
If it is process-driven, consistently if somebody follows, the result will be almost same. If I need to change the organization, I will not look at I have to change people. I have to change myself first.
How do we change from a people-driven company to a process-driven company?
So I developed a kind of framework. I'll be releasing a book on that.
Can you share us the framework?
Strategy, structure, people, process and technology.
How is AI, you think, will disrupt FMCG in the next 5 years?
All interviews first done by AI only in our organizations. Quality of hire has gone up. Scientific discoveries or patents have gone several fold. All because of AI. So AI, if you refuse to once in a way use it, I have this thing, then you are only a loser.
A 21-year-old boy leaving a family legacy business who's not very good in academics with just 15,000 rupees went and started a FMCG brand which last year clocked 1,940 crores. I want to know the mindset of the 21-year boy who went and started that at that time.
I would say the attitude defines your altitude. So at that time, my mindset was that I was confident about myself. So I want to test my ideas. So we had a difference of viewpoint between me and my brothers. So all the time, I think it's important. I don't want to fight. I don't want to create a problem in the family. The better to move out. And that's a very important thing. So I said, okay, let me move out. So that I think is one of the defining moment of my life. So had I fought for share in the business, nor the share in family properties, I think we would have ended up in legal tangles, unnecessary thing, peace of mind, loss, both sides. I would not have gone anywhere. I simply walked out of home and said I don't want any share in family property nor in business. And that I think made me to burn a lot of midnight oil. Learn, I think because of that I evolved much better. I learned a lot. Because otherwise, if I was hanging on for some wealth and this thing, whatever it is, I don't think I would have progressed.
So that was comfort zone for you because protected environment, things are growing, a brand which is already established by your brother and you're working. There's a difference of opinion, but you walked away from everything, technically. That's a major decision. Like you said, it's a defining moment. And you went ahead and started Chick, which was on your father's name. Can you tell me how did that happen, the Chick shampoo? Which means with zero distribution channel, don't have a marketing cost, do not have a R&D lab, just 15,000 rupees and the will, as you right to say, the attitude. Just walk us through the journey.
Yeah, before that, I want to tell a story. That was my mindset actually. When I walked out of home. A military army captain and his team of commandos were invading to capture an island. And they crossed the wooden bridge. That's the only entry point to enter the island. And after crossing the bridge, he drew the attention of the troops and said, guys, look back. The bridge they crossed was on fire. So they said, the only way out is you fight, you have to win, or you lose your life. You can't escape. That's exactly what I was telling myself. I will not go back to my family, stating that I failed. Please take me back. So either I think I will succeed or I will do something, go for job or something. I will not go back home. Okay. But job I was not meant to. My parents never prepared us for job. They always told us that you do something on your own, stand on your own thing. My dad and mom always say that it is important that you create job opportunities than getting employed. So we grew like that, all 6 of us. To their wish, none of us were employed anytime, if you look at. That was a beauty. That I think is a very important thing, this thing, very childhood onwards. So that I think is a very fundamental thing. I went and started my own. So it was initially, I thought first, I will not fight with my brothers. I will not start Shampoo. So I wanted to, because I was very fascinated about pets. I thought, let me start pets related thing. And after a couple of days, I said, let us be realistic. I have less fuel in my hand. What I knew I need to do. I can't be testing something which I don't know. So I knew how to produce shampoo. So let me know how to, all I don't know is how to market, what is distribution, other finance, nothing I knew. So let me learn all other tricks. So I said, okay, fine. So I started the kind of thing, investing in a small rented house. And that is where the kind of thing, house come, residence come, office. And again, one more small place I took for rent for factory. That is 300 rupees rent per month. Here, my residence come office is 250 rupees. My R&D, I took another building. That is 500 rupees per month. The R&D was higher rent, bigger place. So I didn't even had a kind of enough money, but I appointed a chemist, some pipettes, burettes, and this thing, basic things, started doing. But that was a very important change in my life, if you look at. Otherwise, I would have started simply what I knew. I don't think I would have succeeded. So I started improving the formulation. I hired a chemist who is also a fresher kind of thing. Improved on kind of a thing. By every day, I used to spend time there for 1 hour to 1.5 hours. Then I spent time with production. I used to sit on the machine, pack myself. So, and then I could dispatch, market, going and selling. So I learned the trade, if you will.
So almost most function of the business you are doing.
I think that's very important. I carried the case. We used to put it in this thing, tricycle. The guy will come and take it to the distributor and deliver, or go to the railway station and book it in parcel or parcel office. Either way, all these things I have done it myself. Because that time you can't ask for it. Because your money is very important. You need to save every paise. So that was good. But whereas in the family business, all luxury. A lot of people used to be there. Kind of this thing. So this, I was not repenting. The big thing is, I was going in scooter, Lambi scooter was there at that time. Then I have to go back in cycles. Car was there in family, this thing. All I kind of got it off. So I was ready.
You just walked away.
Walked away. And a lot of people, friends and well-wishers, just 200 meters away from home, another small place. And home was a big 10-acre plot, agriculture plot, but it became a center of very important bustling area. Then in no more agriculture, it became a residential area. And everybody is saying, why the hell you are doing this? You better adapt this thing, go along with your brothers and enjoy the comfort, enjoy the kind of this thing. That's doing business, doing well.
That's every friend of yours advice.
Friends, well-wishers, relatives. Okay. So, but I said, okay, that's not, that is a very important thing. I was still astonished. Because I was not worried about getting ashamed by they will tell, I'm going in cycle, I'm going back in I'm living in a small house. I was not ashamed because I was very clear, my image was more determined by what I think of me than what others think of me. So that way, I think I was very strong mentally. That has helped. Because if I started looking, oh, that person is coming, let me hide in the cycle, then not go like this. I was okay. I'm okay. So I will used to say, I'll come up one day. I think it's better. I'm happy today. I have something to decide I can do on my own. I think that really helped.
But how do you think CK, 21-year-old, built that mindset? Because you're saying, right? Because everything was there. There was a difference of you walked out, but you started from scratch. You're okay to drive a cycle. You're okay to do that. When everyone is saying no, how do you think? Was it your mom's influence, dad's influence, or what is that influence?
I would only say it's an attitude built by my parents. Nothing can explain. I would say my parents.
You can't tell this is what happened, that's what happened.
Always my parents, friends, because your society also around shapes you, what you are, kind of this thing. So my brothers all had people who are very well-to-do as friends, but I had a lot of fishermen sons, and that kind of downtrodden people, kind of this thing is my friends. So I could able to relate with them. I could able to understand their pain, kind of thing, the simple living, all I could able to kind of thing. So that also, it was very natural to me, if you look at. So I never thought it's a big, this thing I'm taking. But I knew that I don't want to come back home.
That was very clear. How long did it take for you to taste the first success?
I would say it was a touch and go for a while, but I would say that I was able to roll, honestly, able to roll and manage. That means I struggled. This month rent I will give, this month salary I will give, kind of this thing. So touch
You
and
could
go.
make ends meet.
Ends meet.
Yeah.
Okay. So I became a survivalist. Okay. I started able to survive, kind of this thing and all. But I was not happy being a survivalist. I said I need to move on to the next level. So building the business started doing, but business also going down. Sometimes it's struggle, kind of this thing. It's not too much money. It's just enough to meet my ends. But all I did is, anything that I got extra in business, I started investing in people. More feet on street, more number of missions, growth. So once it's done, kind of this thing and all, then put money into advertisement. Okay. Then money started coming in, innovations. R&D started feeding innovations. Then you started winning in the market. Then go to the next state. Then go to the next state. Replicate the success. I think that's a thing I would say that we.
So this looks like common sense, which is not taught in management schools.
Yeah, that's correct. Absolutely.
It's actually common sense.
It is. If you don't have that common sense running in your blood, you may not be successful. You may not be a successful entrepreneur. You may crash land somewhere. It's my viewpoint. So this is very natural. Your intuitive brain inside constantly cautions you or tells you that is the right next step to do. You may not know till such time, but you will know that this is the time to do. But one good thing is that I always act just ahead of time. And that was also one of the plus points I noticed. It is quite natural, but I cultivated that over a period of time to be proactive. So it is all I would say. And one of the important things when I came out of home, if you look at, I was not very poor academics. A lot of always passed in border mark, Tamil medium, all these things are on. And I can't read or understand English well at all. So what I did is I stopped all my Tamil dailies, Tamil magazines. I started buying Hindu paper, Business World, Business India, and started reading them. Didn't understand, but I had the habit of daily morning reading. So I have to take it out. I don't understand. Then I bought a dictionary, learn 5 words, write 5 sentences with each word. That means 25 sentences I will write, and do that disciplinedly. Over a period of 2.5 years, my vocabulary capability has gone up to over 4,500 words. So clear. It is whenever I use that, initially when I read Hindu paper, I can't make out with the headlines what it means. Now after that, just very easy. Few words I don't even know. Understand. That was a new one I pick up. Contextually, I started understanding. I don't need to anymore refer the dictionary, because contextually understand this word means this.
Correct.
And repeatedly saying, then you understand what's the meaning, because you see the word in the practical sense, how it is being used in several places. Then started getting into the habit of audio cassettes listening, all the management, self-improvement cassettes. So that I think became a thing. Once you like the concept, implement. This is a discipline. And started reading them, started adapting myself. One of the things in the 10 Natural Laws of Successful Time and Life Management book, Dr. Hiram Smith's very clear. Many things I learned out of that. One very fundamental thing I would say is it magic 2.5 hours? Every day spend 2.5 hours for yourself. Don't do office work, clearing files, bills, mails, say nothing. So can you improve that? That is where the self-improvement books, visualization, thinking, all these things I started structuring in such a way and reading and learning. And I will read for 15-20 minutes, and next 15-20 minutes I will think, which is the one I like? How do I apply in my life? That's a very important thing.
So you don't stop with reading, you also pause and reflect.
Reflect and create a strategy to apply. That's a very important step.
Hmm.
If I don't do that, I used to write in my one notes. Okay. Minimum 2.5 hours to maybe 4 hours a day outside office hours investing in myself.
That discipline is still there now also.
I don't know any other way to spend time.
So what's a daily schedule of CKR today right now?
I wake up at 4:30, 4:45. So then I think at 6:45, 7 o'clock, I go for a walk. Then walk is also included in the 2.5 hours. Friends come in or like-minded thing.
So you have conversation.
Conversation of only management topic. Not
Every single day.
Nothing else.
No
it
politics,
is
no
self-improvement.
movies, nothing. No masala.
No masala. No masala. I learn, I reinforce, they learn, they challenge, they give their concepts, learn each other. That's a very important thing.
Okay. Everyone I ask CK, the one word they say is discipline. That's the first word which comes up. And you're a big advocate of it from what you're saying also. For somebody who's watching this podcast, who's struggling with discipline, what would you suggest? How do we actually inculcate? Because discipline is doing things which needs to be done even if you don't feel like doing. As simple as that in one line. These are things which needs to be done. As simple as that. Some days you might not feel like doing, but you still have to do it.
Yeah.
How
my one of the viewpoint is that if you don't get the job done from yourself, if you don't commit to yourself, your level of success will be lesser. You need to be a living example for yourself. You need to like the person in you.
If you don't listen to yourself, there is no way you can get works done. And in your head, you already lost the battle.
Absolutely.
Correct.
And what is the kind of right to have advise somebody? You behave this way, you do this and that way. That's all gas. So it's important that I live by that. So I can talk with conviction. Not only that, when I see the benefit of doing something, I see the benefits coming in and I'm motivated. So for example, I'll tell you, I have seen some of the friends I used to say, they also read books. They say it's nice. What they miss is, I tell them that don't stop there. Book is nice. It's nice concept, nice thing discussed. Have you strategized to implement? Have you committed to review it? It's very important. In my daily morning routine, reflection is one of the important things. Okay. Sunday, the reflection is another important thing. Okay.
So there's a weekly reflection also.
Weekly, what I committed, how I do that. You understand what I mean? Daily reflection, what went yesterday right? Okay. What I could have done better. So the what went yesterday right, I'm motivated. I crystallize my mind, I will do more like this. What I could have done better, I'll say that how I will. Immediately I will think and what I could have done better. So how do I go to change that? So once I get to see that clearly, then it's easier. So that is a very important thing. I'm not happy in this meeting. I went ill prepared. In my own team, my own organization, nobody can challenge me.
Nobody's going to question you.
But I need to go prepared. You understand? If I go prepared, I'm 10 times more effective than just going just like that. I can still manage with top of the mind and with whatever common sense and knowledge, what I gathered so far. But that is not going to help me. Okay. That will take me only this far. If I want to go this, let me go better prepared for this meeting. That's the point I would say. Then I push the organization, push the function, push the individual to the next level. Not a small point, but definitely a significant higher level. So that I think is important. The same thing applies to me. I read something, I will review in my review. Sunday I say, these are concepts. I will write if you look at in my OneNotes, it will be there, every 25 days. Roughly, I have seen that. Sometimes it takes 45 days, sometimes 15 days once it comes. But majority of the time, 25 days to 1 month, short of 1 month. How I will change? Every time I attack, it is my time management is getting changed. You understand?
Correct.
Morning wake up time to evening, night going to bed. So what is the change I bring in? Because the change is at me. So then I'll do that in that kind of thing. I'll do that. This is very fundamental. I correct myself. Then in the organization, then I have a separate thing. This is what I do. What I do in organization, I am taking a change management. I'll say, okay, put it in the kind of clock. If it is very, very important, then I'll put it in everyday evening, 15 minutes, 30 minutes like that. Otherwise, most of the times, if you look at weekly, this is half an hour or 1 hour or 1.5 hours, whatever required. I'll commit that time. Every week it will happen.
So you're saying that daily review is critical.
First, allocate the time. Otherwise, you say, someday I will do, sometime you get miss. The first day when I go and sit in my own home office table, it's reflection. Clear, allocated. Otherwise, night, I initially thought, night I will do. Sometime at night I sleep at 9:30, sometime 10:30, sometime 9:15. I don't control. And that time is, who is there with me? I don't understand. I do not exclusive time I want. Reflection is undisturbed time. I felt eventually morning is the best time. I said, okay. Because normally it is also always believed that you reflect at the end of the day, it's good.
Yeah. Some school of thought says that.
School of thought. But I don't control. End of this time is not an undisturbed time. Okay.
Yeah. One is family, distraction, energy is down.
Here, I write down. The moment I reflect, what I change, I write down. It puts me, reinforces in my mind, I will do it. I don't just do the kind of thing. So I will ensure that this is a change I'm going to make.
So these are small habits hardwired in you. Now it's like how you brush your teeth, you do it every day.
That's exactly.
As simple as that. It's not a big magic science.
You say tomorrow, holiday, Pongal, no other thing. I go abroad for holiday with family, with my wife. Still, I wake up in the morning, I go separately and sit and work.
Even in your holiday?
I have no other way to. I don't know how to spend time. I don't want to spend. I don't want to get spoiled.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
So that's discipline basically. Do it every
because
single
I enjoy. I enjoy learning. I enjoy applying. I see the fruits. And then that's the way of life. Because if I see it as a work, I may not be I would not have been continuing this. So that's why I would say that I chase my passion, not my pension. That's why a lot of people ask me, you could have a lot of offers for selling my business.
Yes.
So I enjoy it as a game. I love the way I doing things. Why should I sell it? It's not for sale. Not money that I chase. If I chase money, I would have sold it off.
Yeah, long bike would have sold.
So the same thing if you ask me, the answer is that if I kind of this thing, longing for, holiday, go and enjoy, don't do anything, chill out kind of this thing. I enjoy thinking. One of the important thing in the 2.5 hours is thinking, visualizing. The very important, very early I adapted. Affirmations. Because so much of inferiority complex.
You know what you're telling? You're telling everything we teach in Success Gyan every single day. We tell people you really need to visualize, you need to affirm, and you're saying,
absolutely.
Please do it. Yeah.
So in terms of the kind of complexities you have and how you build affirmation, how it helps. So these are all the things, if you look at in those days, I used to browse Google kind of thing and learn from there kind of thing and build on that kind of affirmations, reflections and visualization step by step. I'd say that, okay, this is where my HR function is. I want it to be that. What is that next? So how do I build it to the next level? So then step by step, visualize. At that time, then it's your own kind of thing. You visualize. Now AI is there. Yeah. I fly fast.
Yeah.
Very different.
Now though your productivity must have gone 10x very easily.
Easy, very, very.
Your learning productivity must have gone 10x very easily.
Absolutely.
Now your research is much more faster.
What I do in 10 days, I do it in 1 day.
1 day, exactly. 10x, same productivity.
That's good.
Now tell me this. I'm a firm believer that you become an overnight success after 20 years of hard work. The world sees the overnight success. They don't see the 20 years of hard work. I am sure the number of times you've reinvented in this last 2-3 decades. Can you share 2-3 major challenges which has happened in CavinKare?
One of the things is, Soren, every failure and success teaches you some principles.
Correct.
I started learning to analyze what is that in that. Instead of telling I succeeded kind of thing, something, everything. I need to know why I succeeded. What are the principles behind that? Why I failed? What I should not repeat next time? This is what my thinking time feed.
So everyday thought is basically this only.
Absolutely. And also I developed a kind of framework. I'll be releasing a book on that. A lot of people tell me, I don't know where to start, what to think in the morning. That's a very surprising one if you look at. So you need to know, if you don't know where to start, what to do, what to think, kind of this thing, that means there is something wrong in that. So for that, such kind of people, I said, okay, I'll give you a simple framework. You start putting that in that kind of thing, you will be able to understand how it is, it can be done. So the framework is like that. If you look at it's a 5 buckets framework, okay, by CKR. The first 3 buckets are operational buckets. The next 2 are future building buckets. The first bucket is leaking buckets.
Okay.
You tell what are the leaking buckets in your business. Okay. It could be marketing,
yeah.
it could be brands, it could be a particular branch, or you can put peoples in the bucket.
Correct.
Okay.
There is certain leader not working well, whatever. All leak.
Any kind of form. So leaking bucket. The other one is stagnant bucket. Status quo, not moving much. The third one is a thriving bucket. The question you need to ask is, you start fixing the leaking bucket. You start also fixing the stagnant one, pushing more to the thriving. The more the thriving bucket guys will invariably market leaders in their category. Simple. Okay. So the question what you need to ask is, why do you have leaking buckets? Start fixing it. Why do you have stagnant buckets? Start fixing it. That's a very important shift. The next 2 buckets are, one is an experimentation bucket. The other one is opportunity bucket.
Experimentation is R&D.
The concept of experimentation can be on people, can be on product, can be on any kind of forms. Service. It is up to you to define your own needs.
So these are 5 buckets, and every day you have to think on all the 5 buckets.
Absolutely depends on which one you wanted to. You don't need to think all the 5 buckets.
But at least you should
you need to know where which bucket is weak, which bucket is not, a kind of thing. It is better to have 2 buckets empty. The leaking and the stagnant.
Yeah, that's the goal.
All the 3 you make it full. And you because the immature businesses, lot of leaking buckets will be there. So that is when it states that the proactive, consciously attacking, you count your eggs. Every periodically you do, you will know that how the kind of this thing buckets are moving. It's a very important thing. More number of items from the leaking, you are moving to the kind of this thing, the striving, thriving one, then you are arriving.
Yeah.
You know the art of pushing it. If you don't know, if it is an accident, then you are not working properly.
Now you opened up a lot of questions. I'm going to start with this first question.
Okay.
For people watching who are a people-driven business, you are a big fan of technology. You got technology into your company way fast, early. How do we change from a people-driven company to a process-driven company? What is the mindset, and is there a flow?
Once you understand which are the natural laws and principles working, understand it well, apply it relentlessly and consistently. Okay. No looking back. I can tell you almost success is guaranteed. So I have a simple framework which is from the McKinsey's kind of a thing, but I have simplified in my own terms. This is the order also. Strategy, structure, people, process and technology.
Order also the same.
Same. You can't have. You need to have a strategy. You need to have a great idea, whether it's business or anything. If you have the idea, then you know the structure comes next. How to execute the idea, then you have the right structure to execute it. Okay. Once you have the right structure, you will go and recruit. Okay. Now that structure, what it says, the competencies, the kind of capability that require the job and the role requires is what the structure is going to do. What the hierarchies and the competencies required. Okay. Once you ink the competencies, right competencies required, then you go and recruit the person. Therefore, right person for the right job. That's placed in. People coming in, they have to write the right processes, what is right. The question you have to ask is it a process dependent work or is it person dependent? Any startup, majority, unlike a mature person startup I started as a 21-year-old guy. It is typically like a person dependent organization. You build like that, you grow like that. But you need to know when to break the modalities and come out of that and to become a process driven company. Person who respects processes. Otherwise, a lot of people build it as person dependent one, die as person dependent one. And a lot of time they end up blaming, this person cheated me, this person gone, like that. This end up blaming the environment is not right. So the very important thing is you need to move beyond that.
You should know when to pivot to process, because or else you can't scale and you will die.
Yeah, you need to know what is a process. the understanding of process is, if it is process driven consistently, if somebody follows, the result will be almost same. There won't be any difference. Okay. So these are just simply following certain things, particular command, anybody does it, you will get that. For example, simple example I'll say. I used to say that, and you do anything, even cooking at home, I took it as a challenge. So you can do it consistently, if anything, recipe. Even I will call the watchman, okay? Tell him, show him what is to be done. He will demonstrate what is the best cook is doing. The same results I will demonstrate. Okay, this is biryani. Okay, let's take it.
Okay, the toughest dish to do correctly.
Yeah, correct. So all these things is done. We have taught the kind of this thing. He did it. Beautiful biryani came. You understand what I'm trying to say? It is a process. How much to measure?
Yeah.
When to stop? What is the kind of this thing? If you ask him, have you cooked at home? No, I watch my wife cooking. I have not cooked.
Yeah.
So he's ready to do that. So you know a recipe, you perfect it. Tell them, okay, this is more spicy. Add this kind of thing. Few times they do it, then they become perfect. Then say, okay, seal it. This is what it is. So therefore, we told them how to weigh, portion control, weighed. The weighing is a very important thing. In cooking, what happens is people don't weigh. They put it like this.
Yeah.
It is person dependent. The moment you bring it weighing, the moment you know that this is some amount of salt I will do for this is only about 3 grams of salt I will add. This is a kind of thing. When I go back home, your chef will say, today your fish weight is 113 grams.
Okay.
So I need to know how much protein I am eating. You understand what I am trying to say? So my portion, everything, if I eat quinoa, there is know that raw weight, how much it is. Every vegetable is weighed. So that's the way it is. Very important. Then I know what I'm eating, what I measured kind of thing. So the point is, that extent if I go, then it's a process. Otherwise, it's a person dependent.
So it can be replicatable and it can be scalable.
I have demonstrated with watchmen. I have demonstrated with people who come to the garden for cutting grass. Okay. So that is what I call it, a process.
So every human resource in an organization can be process driven, need not be people dependent. Every human resource?
Absolutely. But only thing is, if you look at, these are replicable routine jobs.
Correct.
But decision making, intuitive based on data, it requires higher order skills and competencies with various knowledge. Each one is wired very differently.
Correct.
That higher you load, the leadership decisions, guts, all these things are slightly. That is a very different thing. I am talking routine jobs, majority of that. It has to be process driven. Even if you drift away from process, there's a lot more now technology helps. You can't drift away from process.
Correct.
You know that MasterCards are this thing, Visa. You go and fill online your kind of card details. You miss one column, do you think it will accept?
It won't.
You fill wrong column, it will accept.
No.
Why?
Yeah, that's again a process driven system.
It has back-end calculation to cross-check.
Correct.
We're missing anything.
Yeah.
So that way, any process can be wired very well. And that requires some intelligent way of thinking. So if you design like that, every process, even people want to sabotage, they can't do it. And that's the beauty of a process now with technology, is what I would say.
Which means even people want to sabotage, they can't, and you can always catch when there's a people missing something. That's the strength of the process.
This is the biggest problem of a lot of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Stepping from person dependency to process dependency.
Yeah.
The beauty of that person dependency, process dependency, I go abroad for a month. Company should run as usual. I can give command on that. I go abroad for 3 months, should be able to run. It can only suffer because of new ideas, new this thing and all, if it is something lacking kind of thing.
But the operation should run
absolutely silk smooth, no issues. I need to only be there. That is why people refuse to move out of working in the business to working on the business. Working in the business is I do it myself. I did my own, I sat on the machine, I do that. Now I moved away from that. I started learning how to get things done from people. Even one person learns, anybody who can come, how it can be replicated. These are very important things to transition. So therefore, the strategy, structure, people, process and technology are very important. If you apply it well, any business I want to kind of assess. I have so many business verticals within my own business. Quickly, I'll say, okay, The problem is structure itself here is a problem. That's why they struggle.
One is you have data, you have the thing, you also understand the whole thing. You will know by just looking at it what is the problem, what needs to be done, and already mind is reflecting and working on it.
Absolutely. So we have done to that extent, I'll tell you. So these all like any other company, we start kind of thing. But now our presentation, if you look at whether it is monthly reviews, weekly reviews, presentation comes automatically from data. You can't construct your PowerPoint presentation. Okay.
Okay. The deck comes from the data. Nobody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Only you can write the comments on that. So you can't miss this time whether I present this time I don't need to present it, all this thing, nothing. So everything comes automatically. You only do that. And even AI is ready to give that. I am only telling don't feed that. If I do everything, then people think, okay, everything will be given by AI. I don't need to do inference. I want you to think and do that. For some time, once they do that, right once, after that, AI will infuse. AI will do all the kind of inferences of the slide, numbers, this is what kind of this thing, what needs to be done, what is done, kind of. Over and above what I do, add value is how I will be testing ourselves. Because I want people to challenge AI and raise above AI, not accept whatever it gives simply.
How is AI, you think, will disrupt FMCG in the next 5-10 years?
Why FMCG?
Any business.
Any business. I think fundamentally it's changing the way we do. One thing we did during COVID, but just in the kind of COVID, we said we'll not send anybody home. However poor they are, kind of thing. This is the time employees are most vulnerable. We said we'll not do it. So post-COVID, we said now we change over to a thinking organization. That means routine doing jobs will be outsourced. And we are not asked any person to go. Okay. We said it will be outsourced. We announced it openly. In due course of time. As and when vacancy happens, that will not be filled. So then vacancy started happening because after COVID, people started getting jobs easily. So every organization, the attrition was high at that time. If you and I think we made use of that and outsourced it to our own group company at Crore. So that way we created employment at back end. So that I think is a very important thing. So no looking back, then it's made a thinking and execution job, not simply only doing the routine. So when we were at 1,956 on 31st March 2020, after about a year and a half, we were at 1,200. So attrition was high, actively outsourced, and automation also happened. So that's no looking back, very good for us in terms of that. Now if you look at AI, this thing everywhere, automation and the inferences, if people can ask any query, what is the sales about? Everything is in a fingertip. I was telling about PowerPoint presentation, inferences and all. Now we are telling that our salesmen, what they need to do this week to achieve the goal, okay, will be ready-made on hand, okay, and what they need to do today. So it will be given in a kind of thing. Over and above, nobody bothers. So you are given that based on your own written goals, your own actions, it gives you what you do today kind of thing. Then once it's a ready reckoner coming in, we see that the adherence is far higher. You understand?
Yes.
A simple thing, we created a new system. Various tasks are there, various projects are running. The project is each one task is somebody is responsible. And many people combine together, the project is done. It's multifunctional, that cross-functional team is working on that. But every job can be attached to one person or one function.
Correct.
So if that is not done on that date, a fire emoji comes. So when people diligence, if you are not on the kind of thing, we don't call on this thing. It's only an alert that you are supposed to do.
So the nudge automatically comes.
Automatically. And people, dramatic improvement. Nobody, we only say it's a mirror for them first. So then let them correct. If they don't even correct after seeing those kind of things for quite some time, we'll observe. Then the supervisors can step in. So we see that significant. Nobody wants to be on the wrong. Otherwise, it's a habit.
Yes.
So these are something what I would say that it's like that. AI, if you look at interview, if you look at all interviews first done by AI only in our organizations. Okay. So that's very basic. Quality of hire has gone up.
Yep.
And we have defined about 14 attitudes required. Okay. Depends on various jobs and so on. Minimum critical 5 attitudes will be checked at the time of hiring. That person doesn't comply with that role or the levels that they are in, they'll be rejected by AI itself. And it's very dynamic. It's not a predefined question. You answer this, based on that, the next question will come. So that I think we are very happy the way things are being done. Our scientific...
This was internally built in your team?
Yeah.
Completely internally built.
We have not gone outside. Scientific discoveries, our patents have gone several fold. All because of AI. A lot of several models we have created. How to use AI, kind of this thing and all. So that way cracking very difficult patterns. Okay. And that I think is a very important. Those will be defining for CavinKare as we go forward. So because the edge of FMCG, if you look at, patents are very important. Correct. They are most powerful ones. And whether it's machines, for example, very costly machines, and people has to fly from Germany or Italy, they have to come do the repair. The engineers will charge a lot. Okay. So now what happens is AI tells, okay, this is what it is. First check these kind of things. These are the symptoms we tell. It tells all the kind of things, and people look at that. They are able to correct it. The company's manual is fed. It says, okay, these are kind of things. Like IoT details, all the kind of thing comes in. The machine health. It says these are the problems. You correct these things. So AI started telling the kind of very clearly. Even a not very experienced kind of this thing, technologists or the machine engineer need to do. Even an ordinary level person who understand engineering, then some shrewdness, they'll be able to handle it well.
Yeah. So it's a boon for business owners.
It's a correcting problems, solving any quality issues, innovation. If you look at, then even in sales, where to go on market. For example, our media planning, we spend a lot of money. Which media to spend, which channel to advertise, when to advertise, how much to low cost we can do that. I can say Tamil Nadu, you want to do a campaign for a particular product. Our budget is, say, this month is 50 lakhs. And 50 lakhs, what is the best way to spend to get maximum reach? AI gives. Physically, if I do that, my person will give. It will take about 3/4 of a day. AI give it in 10 minutes time and much more better quality. We train the AI. You understand? We gave a lot of commands and input. Of course, the same bark data and various other data we feed it. It has what a human being has, it does. It does that kind of thing. And regular routine, if you look at that, it is all the artworks, thing and all. It's all basics.
Basic, that all is taken.
That's all. I would not claim that kind of thing. So even finance, analytics, any kind of things, if you look at data, gaps, what to do. So any kind of things, it's only in my room, conference room. That's where I spend all my time. I have 2 executive assistants. Each one has 3 AAs. Okay,
3 agents they have.
3 AAs. Grok, Claude, like that. Okay. Another one has 3 AAs.
All 3 large language things.
And I have 6.
6. Okay.
No, I have 7.
Okay.
So we just put it across on the thing, on the screen, big TV, it will come. Anybody comes in, it will be. Now, any purchase order, weighted by AI. Okay. So, if I order a machine, it says, no, this vendor is rated poorly. Why the hell you are going there? Okay. Don't go there. Very important. Otherwise, you don't even know. So then you say that the specification for the equipment what you are buying is wrong. This will not kind of this thing. You need to tighten this area. So the specs, the kind of thing or building you construct, it will say you are constructing a 4-floor building. The column width and what you are planning is not right. This area to be corrected. So you challenge that kind of this thing is very important. Then go back to your architect. I think this is missed kind of this thing. So the key point is that how well we use it. One rule we have. Anything you do, consult AI before coming in and add your value and present.
So it's a ground rule for everybody.
Everybody. That's how I started.
Okay.
So it has become a way of life. After that, once they see the benefit, they themselves started using it. It's a kind of thing. So AI, if you refuse to once in a way use it, I have this thing, then you are only a loser.
Correct.
So that's a very important shift we have made.
I think you're more AI-fied than any teenager I've met till now. That's amazing how you're using it for every stat of your business also. Now tell me this leadership. How did you build your leaders in CavinKare? Is there a science to it? If you can break down for us.
I think it's an interesting question. I pick up people who are passionate. I pick up people who are, I'll tell you how I identify passion. Okay. I pick up people who are having ideas. And some conference room people will come. We allow liberally people to participate. Our monthly meetings, close to 50, 60 people will attend. Can you imagine? In any monthly meeting when the P&L, everything is presented. What is the corporate normal thing? 7 people.
Yeah, 7 heads of the departments. Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have secrecy. We want people to learn. We are a very open organization. Okay. We want people. I am looking at people. My team also is trained to look at people who are giving inputs, ideas. Hey, we should not do this. This is the way it should be done. All kind of these things are very important. And we look at people who has a very way of thinking and very clearly doing. Body language is right. Fully involved. Okay. That's very important. Bright, wanting to say something. So these are the very early indication of that. Later, when you give them assignments, they do it on time. Not only that, they do it well. They come out with more ideas. They are passionate. They don't see it as a job. 9 to 5, over, close, and kind of thing. So we look at basically that kind of thing, wanting to improve, wanting to grow up in life. You can see them in body language. Okay, easy. Body language you can pick up, their kind of thing. And sometime if you look at, they call, message you, this ideas I have, this what, can we do this, why not we do this kind of thing. You will know that in so many ways you can know.
Yeah.
Pick up and handing over the key. Give them the next level. It is important you spot them early, very young age onwards, and start giving them the kind of next level task, grow them, build them. 19 out of 22 of my reportees, okay, are doing first time the job.
So you brought them up.
So none of them are business heads really. Okay. They were doing some other function, this thing. So given that, handle them. Now they are very well matured.
So you look for passion first, then you look for drive, then you look for entrepreneur mindset, which is not a 9 to 6. And the minute you spot, you start giving them the next role and start building them internally.
That's good. Ideas, do you have ideas?
Yeah.
Do you accept everything? And just simply don't go by, you give me command, I go, or no, I have here to, no, I don't, I'm not convinced. We like people, those who say, no, this is not right. So that's very important. We want a counter, we're not yes man kind of this.
Correct.
So that's not going to help. So people who have their own mind, who have the headstrong in terms of leadership and this thing, able to call a spade, even a meeting hierarchy doesn't matter. So that's why our company, we call first name culture. Everybody calls me CK only. So that way it's easier for you to understand. I have 2 executive assistants.
Yeah, you
freshers.
Oh.
Okay. College, they come. Kind of thing. That's how it is. All majority, if you look at 1 year experience or 2 years.
Even an EA is a fresher for you.
Fresher. And this thing is very simple. Somebody spends 5 years in CavinKare. It takes 15 years for them to learn that kind of expertise in other organization. I will condense it by 1/3. That's the value we give it to them. Because organization has a commitment to give back somebody.
Correct.
I condense your experience, allow you to springboard and grow fast in life.
Either you grow with me or you can grow with some
outside. Absolutely. No issues. That's one way of CSR we believe that we can do. That's why we don't hesitate. We want them to learn and do that. That way a lot of people have grown and we are very happy, gone outside and say that this learning, what I learned at CavinKare is my foundation.
Amazing. Now you tell me the challenge. One big challenge in the journey of CavinKare. If you just have to say one big one.
Mindset. If you look at my own mindsets, every time.
Okay.
Every time it's a mindset challenge. No? For example, in the year 1993, so the government suddenly said you have to pay excise duty.
Hmm.
We were in the small scale bracket. We used to get excise concession. Suddenly you have to pay 120% excise duty.
Hmm.
So by paying, you will be very expensive and it becomes on par with multinational shampoo. We were selling
Yeah.
because of the lower price compared to multinationals. So all the companies, shampoo companies, we formed quickly association, various brands, hundreds of brands across the country, represented to Manmohan Singh, Narasimha Rao, all kind of thing. But nothing worked.
Hmm.
But everybody said that, okay, if this is the case, 120, we can't fight. We have to look for other kind of industry. We do number 2 and do on kind of. I said number 2 is not.
Number 10 means fudge the books,
Fudge the books.
basically.
Don't bill, produce and invoice without bill.
Hmm.
Okay. So that I said nothing doing. That is a very important. That's again a defining thing. But that fighting mindset, if you look, I said, I will hire best of. They are also human beings, big companies. They have deep pockets, but I can beat them with ideas. So I hired people from IIM Ahmedabad that year, okay, as marketing, triply qualified CA, cost accountant, and company secretary. This thing, see, all kind of this thing. Every level we brought in professionals. Otherwise, it was more graduates and postgraduates dominant organization. Suddenly, professional this thing we brought in. Struggled the first 6-9 months, but we found our feet. That year, I paid 40% salary hike.
The year which was your most
difficult year,
challenging year.
Challenging year, because I have to give a kind of signal to my own team members not to wither away, whether this company will survive now that excise duty has to be paid. I said, I am very confident we have a lot of ideas to do that. Did that, team came in, we launched new products, became success. No looking back. We are the only lone survivors of the hundreds of 200 people plus.
The one which you formed thing.
Association and this thing. None of them survived and made it. Because I think all are believed at that time itself it's not possible. Whereas I think I believed it's possible. But these are very difficult questions, like dilemma, whether should I pay or not? Will it work or not? It's a gamble. So that I would say is a very difficult thing. But I said, okay, nothing doing. Let's take a call. That is one I would say the most difficult one. Those every time I think it's a platform shift of our own. My own mindset is my enemy. If you look at from person dependency to process, it's the same mindset shift. If I need to change the organization, I will not look at I have to change people. I have to change myself first.
It starts with us, correct?
So I think that very realization will make you to grow. Is what I would say. So every time challenge, it starts with me. How do I change?
How do I change? That's the question you ask yourself. You have your reflection time every day to work on that.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Now, CavinKare is very, very strong south, but not able to crack that much. What was the challenge?
If you look at, it was a conscious call. Okay. You need to, when you got to kind of this thing, you need to spend a lot of money in national network. When you spend national network, you need to have a very strong distribution. Okay. It's very expensive. It is, say it was expensive, it is continued to be expensive by 50 times. If I pay here 10,000 rupees per advertisement, there I have to pay 5 lakhs. Okay. That is a kind of cost it is. Because it reaches that kind of audience. But when you do that kind of advertisement, you have to do a threshold level. My distribution is a chicken or egg. My distribution is not fully set. At a time, you have to be present everywhere.
Yeah, when you spend that much money, if you're not there, there's no point.
No point. So it's a kind of, you are chicken or egg, you are getting lost. So you have to do kind of this thing. So it is, we have been struggling on that kind of. So state by state, local advertisement we do, but it is only having a limited impact. You need to go on a national network. So that's why I think it is, by the time competition comes and copies our ideas, if I come with new and they occupy that. So you go, you are second or third. So you are not able to make an inroad in that. So not able to kind of spend that kind of a thing for the local thing. So now I think we are now making the difference in every state we do. Now we are also advertising in national channels. So now a lot of things, efforts, ground level kind of thing, we are reforming and moving on. So I think it's a journey, if you ask me. It's easy to crack all the exclusive language states. The state is small.
Which means go local language, do the advertising, reach the audience much better.
That's correct.
Much better strategy.
That's good.
Okay. Okay, that's one challenge. Second, you told this earlier. Now, why did you not become a public limited company? Why did you not go IPO? Any specific reason?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a reason if you ask me. There are reasons we should go for public. Okay. One, I need to divest and see what is my worth. I don't want to know.
Yeah. Okay. You're very clear.
That doesn't matter because it's not what I should say that I'm worth so much. What does it matter? Kind of thing.
So capital realization to know how you're worth.
It is for platform for others to grow.
Yeah.
Okay. So that way, that is very important. I don't want to chase the short term. This quarter we have to make somehow money. Therefore, do all kind of things. So I would say that I am very comfortable in what is required. We'll invest and keep moving and growing. It's very important. Okay. So that way, what's happening is that we are today a debt-free company. We don't have debts. This quarter, I will say we'll invest disproportionately on technology and other things. I don't need to worry about this profit will go. No, in this quarter we have to show, this month we have to show, and you're left behind. We'll grow with discipline. That's fine. So now we are able to disproportionately invest and move on. This is what I would say.
So it gives you that freedom to do what you feel is the right thing for the business.
Absolutely. Other one we can say we can give shares to people, employees. I would say I'll give a lot of liberally salary. I'm one of the very well-paid companies in South. If you look at it. So we are not a conjuice. I can get people at 10 lakhs level. I can get people at 20 lakhs level. I don't mind the kind of thing. I would say that if the person can claim market worth, we'll pay. Not an issue at all. So that way, I think what we are looking at that, we are a very decent, I would say, good level paymasters in this part of the country. So the
decision why you took was you wanted freedom to build the way you want, and you didn't want the market relation to know how big the market cap is. That was not your point. And it also gives you the freedom to build the way you want. And you remain
other one, if you look at my ideology, it is almost 22 years before we gave the dividend. 2-3 years we took the dividend. After the company all invested. I have not taken money out kind of this thing in terms of that all its company invested, reinvested. That's how it's built. So then let it continue to remain company. Company is stronger. I am always, that is helpful. It's not necessary that you need to do certain things. I believe in company.
Yeah.
So it's working well.
Yeah. So stakeholder hierarchy, I still remember reading of your stakeholder hierarchy where your stakeholder, you're the last one to take the money out.
Absolutely.
That has been your philosophy of life always.
Absolutely. That as long as you keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So it's very important. So that is why we don't have ambitious thing of something we'll do here, that you do, all this kind of thing. It's what only company first. What is after leftover in company, if anything, you start fulfilling your personal dreams. Personal dreams can wait. That's what I would say.
Okay, you're talking about mindset. Tell me this. I know CKR at some time was God-loving, God-fearing. Today, CKR believes in himself. When did that happen?
That's after my dad passed away. When I was in college at that time. Still, till such time, I was obeying my parents' command. I never thought what to do and all. I used to look at my mom and dad. They will tell, I'll do kind of thing. So after that, I think I told myself that I am going to take decisions of my life myself. I am not going to entrust it to my mother nor my brother. Okay. It was a profound thought. Not easy, not able to spell it out openly, but I was clear.
That internally you were clear.
Clear. But it took expression of 1 year or year and a half. So I started telling, no, I said, why you are becoming adamant nowadays? You are becoming a rebel. So that's how I slowly started branding it. And someday I gathered a lot of courage and say, I'm not going to fall in line the way you say, come to puja, do all these things. Because I don't have any
so this is early 20s itself.
Yeah, very early. That's kind of thing. So that kind of thing. When I came out, it became much more easier also at home and kind of. They said, no, we are all vegetarian. You should. I say, I'll eat non-vegetarian. What a kind of this thing. You all eat non-vegetarian. Suddenly you converted to vegetarian. So, but I wanted to, you took a choice. I wanted to take my own learning. I'll go like that. So that way, mom was very disappointed. But I think it was okay over some time. Because that doesn't determine whether you're a good person, not a bad person. As long as you wanting to be good and wanting to do good for people. And that's good for this thing at the end of the day.
So it started early 20s itself.
Early 20s. Early 20s.
So today you believe in yourself. Do you believe in a God?
I believe in the Big Bang Theory.
Okay. So which means it started from this and it expanded. You believe in that.
I believe in the Big Bang.
So there's a consciousness above whatever, but you believe in a creator?
I believe in the Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
It's an accident. Bang.
Bang.
Then the earth was created, all kind of this thing, the oxygen, the kind of this thing and all.
Okay. You believe in science?
Science.
Okay, let's go.
More a science, I look for evidence. I look for kind of this thing. So that is why it is very important for me. Everywhere evidence is there, I start. Otherwise, I don't believe in the kind of this thing of horoscope. Okay, all the kind of...
No stones, no gemstones, no horoscope, no astrology.
And good time, bad time. Most of the times I started a lot of this thing in terms of which is the Rao-Galam or Yamakanda, the bad one, I'll start my factory. My business.
Just to prove.
Correct. Nothing happened.
Yeah, they happened. I agree.
So people say cat crossing, you'll have this thing. All I said is all break, go to hell.
Yeah. All the rituals which was for whatever reason built into
correct.
society, I have no idea.
So my own cousins and all challenged, no, you will change one day, kind of this thing and all. I said, okay, that if it really there is some evidence comes in, I'll change.
Yeah.
Nothing kind of this thing. So far, I have not seen any evidence. I have seen more evidence of doing
Your
outside
way of working it,
and it's working.
Yeah.
Because that is far more mindset wise. If you look at half the time, you will start telling the reason, oh, I have not done this because of this would have happened. You start giving the superstition as some importance. And that is the reason it is all happened. This why this not happened or some horoscope thing. You are doing all the wrong things than looking at the right reason to correct and implement.
Yeah. That's the key to grow in this world is taking 100% responsibility of your life.
Absolutely.
It's 100%. Not this, that, people, nothing. It's 100%.
You don't blame others.
Yeah, you can't. You can't justify, you can't give excuses, you can't blame. 3 things you can't do.
Absolutely.
That's the key. Okay, I love that. Does your family follow this? Kids?
But my daughter, she was influenced by my mother.
Okay.
Okay, very early kind of this thing.
So grandmother influence was there.
Is there. She does. I don't know. We also don't.
It's individual.
We grow you up to certain level. It is your call.
Yeah.
So we don't kind of this thing. It's up to you kind.
The kids
But
are in
other 2 kids they follow.
Mm.
And my wife is also following. All are there also.
Kids are in CavinKare?
Yeah.
Okay. So the second generation is coming. So when are you going to take your legs off the accelerator?
I would say that I may not retire till 1995.
Wow. I love that. You're very healthy. I know you're very, very healthy.
And
your cognitive function also is very sharp.
I am very clear about that.
Okay.
I live longer.
Okay.
My goal is to live up to 115, 120 years. So not this thing. That's why my portions are weighed. Every once in 3 months, I do my biometrics.
Okay. Complete analysis.
Complete this thing. So that way very determined. Every parameter I look at that. I consult a lot of this thing in terms of AIs. My diet is curated in the lines of Harvard Medical School's this thing. I curate. I create my own recipes.
Oh.
Very tasty, very healthy recipes. Where it is breakfast, lunch and dinner. Everything is curated by me.
Okay. After the podcast, I'm going to take a download from you separately. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So you really know what you eat. You want to eat tasty but healthy, but you're very clear. And your goal is to cross that 100 threshold and work till 95.
And happily.
You had some health challenges also, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
So when I believed without looking at the report, when I trusted that, I landed into problem. It's an accident of medical misjudgment.
So that's why you've become
urinary infection I went. Wrong drug prescription. Those symptoms came, doctor said, no, continue, lungs collapsed.
Oh boy.
So then when we look at that medicine, they say 0.1%, it will cause this kind of a problem. Clearly that warning is given. So doctor was telling that. Another doctor to point out, hey guy, because of this.
So now you're extra cautious. First AI test proof it before do anything else.
That's correct. One time, I was going through this thing, jaundice. This guy was looking at malaria like that kind of thing.
Okay.
Jaundice was ignored. So report clearly stated. Neither I looked at that family. All doctor says we'll follow.
Yeah.
So there's all something I think, okay, first time we ignored it, but it happens very rarely. Second time it happened.
Now you have a process for it. Now you have a clear process.
I will not be person dependent.
Correct. I agree. Everything comes back to that. But what I love from this conversation is it can be process driven, it can be simplified and makes life so easy.
Absolutely.
Makes life so easy. You don't need to think. It's so simple, so easy.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Now tell me, I know one of the goal for you is to take CavinKare to a 5,000 crore company. What's the next steps? How is CavinKare going to do that?
So it is more to do with, if you look at, we need to grow beyond South as well. Okay. That is one very important shift. And also it's easy for me to grow in commodities. I would have done it long back. If you look at just for the sake of it doing, I could say I can transact rice and other kind of thing easy if you look at. Okay.
Just to get the top line.
I am very clear, profitable, value-added products growth we are meaning. So that's why I think we are doing that. This, in addition to this 1,940, we have a separate retail company we created. It's part of CavinKare, we discuss this thing. That's about 300 plus crores. That is where the green trends, salons,
all that comes in.
The bakeries, CK bakery, and all these things are in that part. The Sanchi Animal Hospital, all are there in there. So this I would say that it is in terms of journey. It is more to do with launching more new products and expanding horizon is a very important thing. We'll keep moving in terms of that. And we are already looking at opening into multiple countries also. That is one way. So we have Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. These are two countries we have a full-fledged subsidiary working. Doing very well. We are happy. So we are making money there. So Sri Lanka is very profitable, though small country. Look at. So we start investing and it's kind of growing that kind of thing. So that's the way I would say that we are looking into the next step. More new products, more new in terms of new areas. North we are strengthening much more. Now we are investing disproportionately. So businesses are very healthy. Each business verticals are making profits. We have come a long way. If you look at a lot of ownership at different level. So more profit centers you create, more people take ownership and drive. So that's a very important thing. So every factory is a profit center. Within every factory, if you look at packaging section, the machinist is a profit center. He will know that my conversion cost is so much.
So the unit dynamics is broken to every aspect of the business.
Then it's measured. Then it's aggregate is the kind of thing. Otherwise you say at your level, at a factory head level, I give, they will not. A state head level in sales, they know that how it is. Each salesman, we know which salesman is profitable, who is making more money, who is making less, which product is not doing well, that's why he's tracking. All these things are given as a very clear data is available to them. So one of the important thing, if you look at the last person in sales, they know in which product, which SKU, how much margin company makes. That's from SAP flows, transparency.
To the last person in the...
Yeah, it is not a...
it is not something...
Some approximate number. Accurate, latest purchase based numbers. They know what is it kind of thing. Then they behave far more responsibly.
Which means that inspires them to know what to push. So that
my company people know what profits we made this week, last month, or up to this month or this year. People know that. So that's transparency. Nothing, no secret in this.
That's an amazing way you build the business. And for me, what inspires me is the way you give back. We know CavinKare awards are there. One is for innovation, which is there. One is for the physically abled also. How did all that start?
I would say that there's nothing. We started when the business started initially struggling. We were not able to do that. And we had some money. Then the opportunity came. I was just looking at this sponsorship, that sponsorship we used to do. I was thinking this all goes for this thing and nothing will be remembered. I need to do in a sustainable area, consistently invest. That came out of one of the day's morning thinking. So I'm going to be here in business. We are going to do this. Why can't we invest in a particular area and see how it blossoms? That's how we took for the disability.
Yeah.
Then we took the kind of
Disability is more than 20 years old, right? Not 20.
25.
25. Wow.
And then we took entrepreneurship.
Innovation.
Then we took education. So all combinations of three. These are three areas we invest all our this thing.
Your CSR goes in all these three areas. Very
That's
focused.
And we are much beyond that CSR percentage what is being prescribed by government even earlier.
Okay.
So that I think I am very clear, because beyond the level we should we have grown from the society. We have taken the money from the society. We have to give it back to the society. Is very important. And that I think one way it is a duty of the corporates, duty of every citizen is maybe more.
Yeah.
When you start earning, when you are doing well, give back to the country.
Correct.
And we should not say that, oh, tax, how do I avoid and kind of thing. You want to avoid tax is different, but giving back is very important in whatever form. Be helpful to others. Nobody is going to take money if you die. What are you going to do? Yeah.
Yes.
Better be good and be helpful to many.
Yeah, I agree. Very inspiring, CK. What you do is because the way you give back, the way you think, even schools in Kadalur, all the infrastructure given back to the small town which you come from, the way you think and the way you planned. Thank you so much for being that inspiring entrepreneur we can look up to and plan our lives also around it.
We have very last we have done is one thing in the lines of Shanti Gears at Coimbatore, based this thing, the 10 rupee meal. So we have instituted at Kadalur. So now per day, if you look at, is now last August we did. Now it is running 2,000 plus 2,100 meals a day.
Just 10 rupees.
10 rupees, 15 rupees. Lunch is 25. All subsidies. Outside you go, it will be 75, 80 rupees. You get high quality, hygiene, cleanliness kind of this thing. It is served on full busy all the 3 times. So we are happy. 10 rupees is meal. The breakfast and this thing, it's available. Breakfast and dinner at 10 rupees. Lunch only at 25. Kind of thing. So good. We are very happy that kind of thing. We are able to give that kind of thing. And we are creating a lot of jobs at Kadalur. Because my belief is also small towns we should create. So all the outsourcing jobs we took it. We have our R&D backend at Kadalur. So like those kind of, we created close to about 600 jobs there. We are happy that we have created that kind of thing. We service a lot of outside clients now.
Okay.
So that's also business we have created. AI services we started giving outside.
Wow.
So that way I think we're happy that it's blossoming well, so that it's a separate, this thing can become. Our finance, if you look at 100% payment, everything, accounting, everything is done there. Nothing is done here.
Okay. So it's all outsourced to Kadalur. A small town, which really does everything.
And they have a lot of AI. They have a lot of AI, they have a lot of automation.
So one thing very clear from this podcast, every business owner has to AIify his team and whole thing. Everybody is to be AI ready. If they really want to increase productivity.
No, not only that, or else you'll become extinct. If you ask me, you don't embrace AI, you'll be eaten away by those who embrace AI.
Simple.
Simple. That's very clear. You don't have a role play to be in business long.
It is not a luxury, it's a necessity.
Absolutely.
We've been talking about business. Can you tell me culturally, do you have any formula or any principles you follow in the organization?
I think we have taken inspiration from Harvard Business School. So there, I think they have described 8 cultural styles seen across the world in multiple industries. And we picked out of that 4. And we said these 4 will be the core for us to practice. So different industries, different styles. But we picked up, these are very essential for us. For the 4 things what we picked up, we also believe culture is one that it's not just you just state. You live by that, but you also need to measure it. Create part of kind of this thing, you become habit. Okay. So the 4 cultures what we talk about is results, result orientation. Okay. That is one very fundamental, number 1. The second one is caring. The third one, if you have to look at learning,
Mm.
the fourth one is order.
Mm.
So these are the 4 ones we embrace.
When you say order, what do you mean by order?
Order is process,
Mm.
a method.
Mm.
So people, if you prescribe a particular thing, you just
Okay.
fall in line, the discipline and other kind of things. These are order kind of this thing. So which is very important. You can say chaos, you can come, you can do anything, you can, that's one kind of this thing. But we believe that order is very important in terms. That's why if you look at, we have in our organization, IIY. This is a concept created by me, inspired by my own learning. Invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So the scientists and R&D we started, they have to invest about 2 hours a day, read, okay, of a topic which will improve, which will be useful to the company, that R&D, whichever competency we want to improve. And they will make a presentation every Friday, okay. There will be another 6-7 people will be there, each kind of this thing. And that they will talk about what they learned, how they will apply that learning in the organization. Okay, that's a very important. Then they also kind of think the ideas, the insights and ideas they get from learning is not that simply say, this is what the book stated and come and say, no, useful. Don't replicate that. And how do I change is very important.
Which means the insights from that?
Insights from that and the ideas and how I change the kind of job. My job I change the company. Kind of this thing. Ideas or any kind of thing. So we rate the ideas at 10 grams, 100 grams and 1000 gram ideas.
Okay.
So every scientist have a tag. Somebody is at 6,700 in terms of so far from April to now. Somebody has 400, somebody has 1,400. You know the worthiness of this 40% to ideas, 60% to execution. You understand?
All that process also
all software driven. Our appraisal will be over in 15 minutes. No ambiguity.
Okay. So everybody knows what they've done. Nothing to ask, nothing to say. If you're done, you're going to grow.
Yeah, that's good. You know what is the ideas you contributed. You know what is that you executed. Everything is there coming on the kind of thing. So it will be very obvious cases.
So learning is part of the culture.
Learning is part of it. This is what I think is one of, that's why learning for learning, I would say, this is a level of that. That also earlier I emphasized on that, no? Theory, demonstration by supervisor, and you demonstrate with supervisor. Okay. Theory, test, demonstration by supervisor, you demonstrate, then you are independent. Also don't leave it all like that you will do. And look at that, every time we ask ourselves, anything we touch, this is what I'm telling you, process oriented. If I don't know, if somebody is trained, which data it will influence? If I'm not able to do that, don't train. Don't take that up. Don't waste. If you don't measure the ROI, return on investment on training, don't even waste.
So that is also very clear. If you're going to start something, you need to know what is the impact of that. Without that, don't even start.
That's what I'm telling. Today, I train my salesman how to sell this 4 products. You are selling 4 lines in a kind of average. How you sell the 5th line, increase it to 5th line. If I train them, if that doesn't move up, kind of this thing, I don't wait for 3 months. I don't wait for 3 weeks. Say, today you learned, you passed everything, you demonstrated. It has to reflect tomorrow onwards. If it is not reflecting, the warning will go. The people will say, what's the problem? You demonstrated. Is it your attitude now? If you don't know, we'll train you. You demonstrated. You learned everything. But better put it in practice. Then it is only stick. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Correct.
So that way, I think it's a very clear, measurable outcome on that kind of thing. So that is what I would say. That way, we emphasis on learning, measurement on learning, return on investment are very important.
Thank you. That is a very, very valuable insight personally for me. Thank you. One impact from your father. If you just have to say one major impact from your father, what is that?
Major impact, I would say the R&D. That I would say completely dedicated to my dad. He was a math teacher. He took on the science, formulation, read. I saw him reading. I saw him creating a small lab for him. This thing also business was small. So it has come into my mind that I need to create a lab for myself. So whereas I have seen my brothers, they have never invested in lab. You understand what I'm trying to say? They do themselves kind of thing in a testing lab kind of thing by dedicated to R&D way. I would say that it's very psychological. I was inspired by my dad on that kind of thing. He read, therefore I also believed I can learn, I can do that kind of thing. So that I would say quite a lot of influence in terms of, if you put your mind, you can learn any subject. Is one I would say. Then the other one is that R&D is very clearly, I would say, that the foundation. Otherwise, a 21-year-old investing in finding your own ends.
Yeah.
You are investing a bigger space in R&D.
500 rupees you put R&D.
R&D, bigger space kind of thing. Even today, if you look at, my R&D is a bigger space all the time. If you look at throughout, even today is bigger than my corporate office. Much bigger. Only 150 scientists working.
Because that's the most important fourth and fifth bucket for you.
Absolutely.
The most important bucket for you.
That's
because you're already planning for future.
Absolutely.
Futuristic. Okay. One major impact of your mother. If you have just say one.
Look ahead in life. Don't look back. Okay. Don't repent and brood over don't celebrate the missed opportunities.
I know you used to play cricket and a lot of sports when you were young. How did sports help you build this? What role sports played for this?
Big time. First, I would say chess. I used to play with my brothers. I used to get easily defeated. So, they want to play mat. They say, you survive 7 moves, you are win.
Oh.
Okay, like that. Make it easy, no? Yeah. Otherwise, kind of thing. Otherwise, I'll say every time I lose, then what's the point in playing? So, that kind of thing. But it taught me a lot, but over a period of time, I learned it in terms of the next move. Otherwise, which sports teaches you what will be the next move? What are the alternatives to think? Chess was a fantastic one. So, I felt that, I think, is very important thing. That is very natural to me if you look at what happens is, how the competition will think. What if I do that? The next few moves you start rehearsing in your mind. Possible moves by competition. Possible things that will happen. So, that way, I think chess, I would make it a very, very important thing. And inspired by that, my own way I grew, I put chess as one of the important thing in our schools.
Oh.
So, I'm quite happy on that.
You're also a pet lover from when you were a kid. How did that happen?
And my mom, very early stage, she introduced me the pets. And later, she only pulled me out. You are going too much behind this. So, when I was in 5th standard, I had over 500 pigeons.
Wow.
Packet money used to come out of that.
Okay. So, you are a businessman in 5th standard itself, technically.
You are right. After the thing, I went to 7th standard, mom said, either you are there or pigeons are there. No pets, decide. Grudgingly, I sold off because she gave an ultimatum. She was only persisting behind the day, kind of this thing. I know I was cornered. I can't escape. I dilly-dallied for some few days and weeks, and beyond that, nothing. So, I sold it off. But that was always a disappointment in me. And after I got into business, I want to do it, but it's a small space. And my focus was on business. I said, nothing. I'm not even going to have a dog. Fully focused on business and survival. And at most, it is business. Once I started surviving, and 20 years later in business, I got my own. After office, R&D, everything allocated, I got my house. And there I had space to pets. That's when
That's one more thing you have to tell. You bought your house after when did you buy
20 years of business.
Not that you didn't have the money.
I had the money. But after fulfilling all the business needs, what was left over, I took. It was that when I reached about 300 plus crores.
That's when you bought your own house.
Yeah. I'm happy I did that. That discipline is still there. Because don't abuse the business. That's a very golden rule. You start abusing the business and taking it all, personal need, everything, at the cost of working capital requirements and other expansion. That's
the business will suffer. Yeah. So what pets you have now?
I have birds. And based on that inspiration, only Shampoo Animal Hospital was formed.
Okay.
So I have birds, I have dogs, I have ponies, Shetland ponies. I have the short cows, Punganur cows. I have ostriches, emus, so varieties of hens and kind of this thing, monkeys, packet monkeys.
Oh.
So quite a lot.
There's a mini zoo if you come to our house.
It has become a company now.
Okay.
So it is, I breed birds.
Mm.
We sell
Mm.
over 2,500 plus birds we have.
Mm.
So there are a lot of people who are there, and they also use AI. Okay.
AI for?
Because we have people, veterinary doctors are there. There are about 4 doctors there. Okay.
Full time in the place. 4 doctors.
Full time.
Mm.
Full time. Okay. And full time in the place means 3 of them are in research. They are also research desks.
Research is the major department there also.
Absolutely. Okay. One doctor is for day to day this thing in terms of any thing to manage and otherwise the graduates and 10th plus 2, 8th standard, 5th, 6th standard, 2nd standard, all combinations are there. There are plus 30 plus people are there. 2nd standard, 6th standard, everybody uses AI.
You know, the biggest inspiration from this podcast personally for me is I'm going to train my maids. I'm going to train everyone to use AI.
You know, my chef uses AI. She has been taught. We have AI training team. You understand what I'm, technical people are not uneducated people, everybody. My driver who was only 8th standard, kind of thing, he turned out to be a supervisor at my garden. You uses AI fully. Anything now, if you look at, and this is a new landscape of the garden. How do you like it? These are 5 different alternatives.
So you get the option first, you know what is going to come before even it gets started.
He comes with that.
He comes the option, yeah.
You understand? This is a kind of this thing, this is what it is. They'll say, okay, this is what it is, a kind of thing. We should design that way. I have now checked up. We should not buy here, we should buy here. All the people are given connections in our company. That's a very good thing I did. Lot of logistics advantage. Where to go, how to save routes. So I can tell you, we got over 30 crores plus in saving.
Just because everyone is AI.
Right. My investment will be hardly so for 1.5 crores.
Yeah.
On a disproportionate return.
Yeah, you can't even, yeah. All language barrier, everything. This technology is the fastest adaptation in the world.
Absolutely.
The fastest adaptation. I think that's where the disruption is so powerful. If properly utilized, such a boon, as you rightly said. It's a co-pilot for us to build our lives. CK, it's been such a inspiring conversation to understand somebody 21-year-old with 15,000 rupees have built a bootstrap company which is giving big giants a run for the money and growing consistently and set for the 5,000 crore mark. So inspiring that you also give back your value system and your discipline. Thank you so much for taking your time and being here. You have inspired me and everyone watching this, and anybody who's going to watch this, it's going to be like a masterclass. They're going to come back and see it again and again for the insights you're given here. We have 2 traditions here. One tradition is called 3, 2, 1. I'm going to ask you anything 3, 2 and 1. You need to answer that. Can we go ahead?
Yeah, please.
Okay. 3 habits of yours which has helped you reach here.
I would say the habit number 1 is investing in yourself. Okay. The habit number 2, if you are to say that, is in the investing in yourself, I can talk about that reflection and so on, but that I would call it reflection, visualization. All these things as one, and so that I can go on to other habits. Fair to say. The second one is, I would say that is, I don't read or good things. I like something. I will strategize to change myself or the organization and relentlessly implement and follow through. This is very important. Okay. Otherwise, a lot of time you speed, you dream, but you don't put it into practice. Anything you do, that should be put into productive thing and measurable. So that's the second very important habit, I would say. Third, I would say that you spend your time and in terms of your own thing, because I have governing values. So the governing values, if you look at, it is only the thing that's also I picked up from the 10 natural laws.
10 natural laws.
So I started writing 7 governing values. It became 12, then became 15, 22. Now it's 54. Yeah. And initially when I write, I want to be like that. I was not like that. Today, if you look at that, I'm living by that. Because it's only constant review and reflections. So I would say that in terms of commitment to live by your governing values. If you say you are productive, if you say you are an outstanding leader, better live by that. If you say that if I decide something, I am health conscious. I respect my health. I will not abuse my body. Live by that.
Live it.
That's a very important thing. So that's what I would say is live by the governing values is the kind of, that's what is very important. Then life is simplified. You don't complicate yourself.
Okay, that's your third habit. You're 54 now. 54 governing values now. So these are things you want to live by.
I'm living by.
Living by right now. Brilliant.
So if you look at that is very important. And when I write, I was not living by.
Yeah. That was aspirational when you wrote, but today it's your daily. That's who you are right now.
Absolutely. If you say when I write, for example, I am an outstanding husband. That's one of the governing values. Outstanding husband means when you don't spend time, when you don't spend time initially, kind of thing, your wife cribs, you say, no, I'm busy, I'm working in office, you can all tell. But finally, when you say that I'm an outstanding husband, means you give time, kind of thing, spend time with the kind of thing. So go on a break and spend time with them, understand with them, spend time with, I'm an outstanding father means that what do you do? Otherwise, you take them for dinner, you go spend with them and kind of this thing, watch movies. This is not outstanding father. But how well you are working with them, understand them and able to groom them very well. So that is also very important. So the quality time you spend is very important. So I started sharing my own daily and that day problem, the challenges I face, because that's when they learn. If I start telling, don't do this, I say, this is what I faced today, this is what is a kind of this thing, learning today kind of thing. And it's very easily that gets in.
So it's an inclusive conversation.
Inclusive, that's good. That makes it. Sometimes I highlight a very tough this thing to my colleagues or something else, I face a challenge, I share it with them. I share shamelessly with my family that we are going through financial crisis. So tighten your belts. Don't come and do anything for the next 1 or 1.5 years. All your needs and all should wait. Even small needs. They will follow discipline. So that way it's important that quite a lot of time I did that. Tighten your belt. This is the time it's not this kind of thing.
Governing values. Got it. Okay. 2 books you would recommend. If you only 2 books you have to recommend, which 2 would it be?
I would recommend only personal transformation books. I would say anything you do, it's habits. I would recommend 4 books.
Okay.
Stuff too.
Let's go for.
Okay. One I would say is Atomic Habits.
James Clear.
Okay. Another one, 7 Habits.
Stephen Covey.
It's only habits. Because there's a foundation if you look at. Then I would recommend 10 Natural Laws. Okay. Then the 4th one I would recommend is The Magic of Thinking Big. Is all required for entrepreneurs. Okay. It builds you kind of this thing. Then you go from places to then after that management, lot of things I can talk on management.
Yeah,
which is not required
everything.
now. Not required now. You first learn to manage yourself well. You evolve as a good leader. Rest will follow.
Okay, great. Okay, we go to one person who you feel is a mentor for you. If you have only one person to name.
Stephen Covey.
You not met him, but through his books.
Absolutely. Authors only. Because I grew through books. I grew through cassettes, audio cassettes. So that's the kind of inspiration I had. I think that's very nice. The way they tell the stories. Very, very powerful. Fair to say that.
Okay. Second tradition here is you need to give a final greater than message for people watching here.
Be a lifelong learner is what I would say.
You know, that's the first message we do in our podcast. I call it LLL. You have to be a lifelong learner. That's the step number 1 for anything. So thank you for making that message. Had a lovely conversation. So much to learn. I'm going to pester you for your personal time and meet you more often and chew your brains. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Suren. It's a pleasure. I think I'm happy that you are doing so much for this society. Because this is one way, very powerful ways. One end is your business. But you are giving way, you are creating so many leaders, you are changing mindset. Changing mindset is the most difficult one. By changing, you are changing so many people through them. You know, this one way of national building,
Yep.
You are very powerfully doing it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for staying till the end. This podcast is about helping you shift perspectives, push your limits, and take steps that actually move you forward. Just remember that you're greater than anything life throws at you. I am Surendran Jayshekhar signing off. We'll see you again next Friday at 8 p.m. Until then, love yourself. Don't take life too seriously. Live a life of meaning and purpose.